What's up, guys? Today it's about teaching kids values. Number one, lead by example. Children learn by observing their parents. Now, you might tell them what to do, and they might be like, "I'm not listening to him." They might not do it, but if they always are constantly seeing you do certain things, saying certain things, they're more likely to be doing those things in the future. If you're drinking a lot and they're always seeing it and you're telling them that they shouldn't be drinking, it might just naturally just be like, what's the big deal? My dad does all the time, I'm going to try it. Or you having it gives them a chance for them to grab one. Things of that nature. You're always saying have values, but then you're not doing nothing with your life. You're just complaining, being a downer, telling your kids you don't constantly have money for anything. And they see you're working, you're going hard every day is what they see, but you still can't afford anything. They're learning. They're learning. Yeah, it's great, you're a hard worker, but also learning like, man, maybe actually doing something with your life or trying to don't get you anywhere. But when you're growing and they see you do things, see you being happy, it looks like you're getting things out of life, they're gonna emulate that a little more. Like, oh, that sounds pretty awesome. So something to kind of think about with that, man. I feel like that's a pretty big one that is kind of hard, I feel like, for a lot of us. Number two, encourage empathy. Teach children to understand and care for others. So I feel like this is also really good when it comes to kids that got a little issues. And for some kids that don't know how to react, like they're seeing a kid having, maybe they have Tourette's, maybe they just have some type of like learning disability, they're dyslexic, something like that. They're not gonna understand what that is and some of the struggles that they deal with. They're gonna think it's normal and be like, well, why is this kid being weird? This kid seems pretty dumb. Like, they start laughing at them when they're realizing, like, man, like this kid actually was really trying their best. It's a little harder for them. I think it's good for them to understand that. Foster honesty. Like, you got to do that. You got to show them the importance of it, and try to engrave that into them, that it's better to just say what happened rather than keep making a lie, making another lie. The lie becomes one big snowball, and it rolls you over or something like that. Help children understand the value of being honesty and consequences for their actions. Hey, for lying, this is what happened. Maybe you took something away from them. Maybe you lied, the kid lied and said another kid did it, so the other kid got pretty bad punishment, and now the kid's feeling bad for it. It was like, oh man, that wasn't right for me to do it to them. Especially if they're have compassion for the other kid. Now they see that they got a lot of trouble, they're gonna feel worse for it, instead of being like, oh man, thank God it wasn't me. Okay, I dodged that one. They're gonna feel like, oh man, that wasn't right. Like, I shouldn't have done that. No, man. Promote hard work, man. Teach children that success comes from hard work and dedication. That I feel like nowadays a lot of kids, they want to be streamers. They might want to make a Twitch, so make a YouTube channel. In a lot of ways, like, they don't know what they might want to do. They just want, a bunch of people to know who they are and stuff like that. They can play games and have fun all day, and that could definitely happen to them. But they're probably thinking about it more in a way that they don't have to work hard. They can just post any video. People are gonna love it, things like that. Instead of like, all right, well, if that's what you really want to do, you gotta figure out how you're gonna do that. Try to teach them something. Go and do a couple of fun things. Maybe come up with a nice little story that you can say. Especially being young, there's so many different things that they could try. Be like, they want to do a lemonade stand. Hey, teach them about making a lemonade stand. Maybe give them a few dollars, get them going, and they can learn what it's like sitting out there all day. talking to people, on the street, like, hey, you want some lemonade? Not just kind of sitting there, just kind of waiting, and then the parents kind of doing everything, kind of doing the talking, exchanging the money, teach the kid how, all the process of what they got to do for that. Give them chores and stuff around the house that fits their age group and what they can do, and have them do that. As much as it's always better to work smarter rather than harder, you always have to be willing to work hard when it's needed, because there's gonna be a lot of portions in our life that we're gonna have to work harder, and it might be a whole different level that we don't even understand. But I feel like the people that are more just naturally working hard, naturally giving it their best, it's more easier, for them to do it. While other people are just like, oh, I don't even know what I'm doing wrong. They're not sure. While another person is, they just think about it a lot quicker because they've done this before. They've been trying different things out, and they know they have to put effort in and get new ideals rather than just hoping that it kind of falls on their lap, Man, I want to put some emphasis on giving respect, man. Teach children to respect others, and that's regardless of any differences they may have. No, doesn't matter the religion, doesn't matter where they live, doesn't matter the race, doesn't matter if one wants to be on the monkey bars and one wants to be on the slide all day. It doesn't matter who the kids are, man. As long as they are giving you respect, you should be, they gotta be given it the same. That's with older people, mid-aged people. It's everything. When they're in store, they should be thinking about, like, when you go to the cashier, hey, how are you doing today? They're giving a natural respect. Just like I was given, just like someone's being, rude to one of my kids. Like, I don't want to spill, you don't gotta be all nice to them. You can honestly be like, hey, I don't like how you're talking to me, you're being rude, and walk out that situation. Like, I'll be perfectly fine with my kids saying that if they're being disrespected. And, but I feel like that's just a lot of baseline. The kids just understand how just to be like productive members of society for themselves. They developed a lot of positive and good mindsets young, that as they get older, hopefully they follow those guidelines and they just get better and better at it, and they're gonna have more supporting factors to their beliefs. They're gonna be like, well, I just always give it my best because my dad just always told me to. It's more natural. Why some people might be like, well, why do I work my best? Like, why do I have to? I can get it done without doing my best. But sometimes it's just they're not putting everything there. While, someone might be working for somebody else and they're just kind of half-assing everything. And they just slide. They just keep sliding by half-assing it. While the person that's putting that full effort might get the manager job, or they might be like, hey, I'm above this place, you know what, I'm gonna open up my own business just like this. I'm gonna do it myself because I've been doing my best, I've been learning, I've been getting better and better, and I became such an asset that I can take care of myself in this. So I believe these are just all overall things that's important to talk to our kids about. I'm a person that I like to have little talks with my kids, give positivity, try to, drop a little wisdom, knowingly that they're not going to retain all of the information. This is stuff you got to talk about multiple times. It can be a little serious talk. You're sitting at the table, or it could be, you're just going for a drive and you guys are just talking a little bit. And, this is not me or anybody else saying that, we're the best or anything like that. I'm, far from that. I'm just always trying to learn, give the benefit of the doubt with our kids, but also, try to teach them the guidelines to life. Y'all have a great day. I appreciate anybody that gives me a like, a subscribe, and y'all have a great day. Peace.